Redlationship fam! How is your day? I'm Frank and hop in because I've gathered a collection of the most fascinating Reddit stories just for this drive. Join the club by hitting that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's drive in. Today's story comes from the Am I the Asshole subreddit again. Has a lot of updates and plot twists by an unnamed character. The title is, Am I the asshole for telling my dad's ex that she could have been my mom if she didn't cheat on my dad? Let me describe my family a bit. I am the youngest of 4 children, by far the youngest. I have 2 older brothers and 1 older sister. My mom is my dad's second wife. From his first wife, I have an older half-sister who is 3 years older than my oldest full sibling. His first wife, his childhood friend, cheated on him way before and after my dad made sure my half-sister was his. He divorced her. He met my mom, and a few years later they tied the knot, and the rest is history. My half-sister has always been welcome in our house. She gets along really well with all of us, and even calls my mom Auntie. Her mom, though, has always been a bit of a harpy. She hates my mom for many reasons outside of she stole my man. My mom is a retired fitness model and current Pilates instructor, so she looks really good for her age, while she's more average and plump. So she would always make snarky remarks like, "Oh, did you gain weight?" or "Are you pregnant again?" Even though my mom never stopped taking care of herself. With me, though, she dotes on me and calls me the son she never had. With my older siblings, she mostly just ignores them. So my half-sister is getting married, and my dad and his ex agreed to split the cost of the wedding 50-50. My dad doesn't care about planning for the wedding, so he left it all to the ex and the bride. During one of our meet-and-greet dinners, my half-sister revealed that she also invited my dad's estranged brother and parents. I can still remember my dad shooting a glare of pure anger at her. I asked my mom later why he reacted like that. I never met my uncle or grandparents on my dad's side, but from how my mom spoke, my dad's ex cheated on him with his brother, and his parents knew it for years before confessing. So my half-sister could really have been my aunt or something if the sperm chase went wrong. My dad's ex was together with my dad's brother for a while after she and my dad divorced, but split soon after, and my dad refused to forgive his family for fooling him like that, and he went no contact with them for 25 years. So back to the dinner. My dad asked in a very stern yet quiet voice why she would, and my half-sister wanted to make her wedding more meaningful by also having a family reunion. And her mother supported her. She told my dad to bury the hatchet, at least for her daughter. My dad said she didn't have any right to tell him how to act. On our way out, my dad's ex and I bumped into each other, and she commented to me how she hoped that I wouldn't have a chip on my shoulder like my dad does. If not for that, they could still be one whole happy family. I didn't like her tone and reminded her that she was the one who cheated and broke the family. And I told her that she could have been my mom. The last part made her cry like crazy as she ran out of the house. My dad asked me what happened, and I told him, and he just grunted. Did I go too far? Man, reading this feels like watching someone poke an old scar and then act surprised when it still hurts. A wedding is supposed to be about starting something new, a day of joy, not digging up broken pieces in the worst way possible. Inviting the very people who betrayed your dad? That's not just a bad plan, it's a straight-up insult. I honestly can't wrap my head around how they thought that would be okay. And the moment the ex-wife commented about how it would be a happy family if your father didn't hold a grudge, that said it all. She's thick-skinned and doesn't want to take any responsibility. She's just trying to erase her past mistakes. I really hope the sister sits down and has a real heart-to-heart talk with her dad to clear the air. And as for what OP did, I've got to say, he wasn't wrong at all. I love how blunt he was, and frankly, That ex-wife got exactly what she deserved. A commenter said, "Not the asshole. She deliberately is trying to stir up drama. Apparently no one ever taught her, don't dish it out if you can't take it." Or the more modern version, FAFO. Another said, "Not the asshole. That's so stupid of your sis. Being able to get her wedding paid by her parents is total blessing. Most of us pay by ourselves, and yet the audacity to do something too painful for your dad. If I were your dad, I would pull out any money as soon as possible. This is too much, too painful, too stupid, and too disrespectful." After 2 days, OP posted an update, and it said, "Wow, I really didn't expect this much response on my first Reddit post. Thank you to everyone who commented. I'm relieved that most people don't think I was being cruel. The way my dad's ex suddenly broke down crying made me question myself. It was so dramatic that I thought maybe I had gone too far. As of now, I still don't know what my dad is going to do. I know he's been talking to my mom about it, and he seems conflicted. I considered asking him, but my oldest brother told me not to. He said, this isn't my issue, and I shouldn't bother Dad. Tonight, my full siblings and I talked to our half-sister in our WhatsApp group. It started badly. My full sister went off on her, calling her all kinds of names until my brother told her to either calm down or leave. Then he asked our half-sister why she did this. Apparently, the family reunion at the wedding idea came from our paternal grandparents and her mom. Unlike me and my full siblings, she stays in touch with them and visits often. They've wanted to see us for years, and her mom suggested using the wedding as the opportunity. My second oldest brother said that while it's her wedding and she can invite whoever she wants, she completely ignored our dad's feelings. There's a reason he cut them off for 25 years. It's not her place to fix that. Then she asked if Dad was going to pull his money. My sister shot back, "Is that what matters right now, you SOB?" I said Dad hasn't told us anything. She admitted she probably shouldn't have done this. My sister replied, "You think?" She wondered if she could retract the invitations to our grandparents and uncle, but said her mom might pull her funding if she did. In a separate chat with just my full siblings, I asked if Dad might pay for the whole wedding, if that meant not inviting his brother and parents. My oldest brother told me to drop it and stop dragging Dad into it. He's reminded me twice this isn't my business. She also asked how Dad is doing. I told her he's conflicted and only talking to Mom. I even asked if her mom was okay after I made her cry. Apparently, she calmed down at home, but not before calling my dad a stubborn SOB during another argument. Honestly, I think my half-sister is in a tough spot. She risks upsetting either our dad or her mom. I still don't know what Dad will do. Part of me thinks he'd pay for everything if it meant his estranged family stayed away. Or maybe he's so hurt he'll pull out completely. A commenter said, "Still not the asshole. You're young and mean well, but I agree with your eldest brother. It's not your place to fix this or inject yourself into your parents' decision. The bride-to-be started this mess, whether it was her mother in her ear or not. She chose to have a family reunion at her wedding. She doesn't get to choose for it to be a happy reunion, and it may very well ruin the vibe of the day. Her choice. It's her mother she needs to talk to about this. Your dad keep getting victimized over and over again by an ex-wife that has been disrespecting boundaries for nearly 30 years. Another replied that the one thing I might do if I were OP is tell half-sis, inviting the people who destroyed your parents' wedding to your wedding may not be auspicious. Today's video will be incredibly cool because it not only includes the OP's post. 2 days after the OP's update, the half-sister also posted on Reddit with the title, "Am I the asshole for wanting to cancel my extended family's wedding invitation after I learned the truth?" And it said, "Hello, I'm the half-sister OP wrote about. My brother told me a few days ago that he had posted about me and suggested I share my side. So here I am. First, I love my baby brother more than anyone. I helped raise him since he was born. And I love my dad deeply. He has never treated me differently from his other kids. I never meant to betray him. I knew about my mom's affair since middle school. I understood that it led to the divorce, but I never held it against her because I was always free to see my dad and his family. What I did not know until recently was that the affair was with my uncle. Growing up, I asked why my dad never visited his parents. They always said he was busy. He said the same. He never spoke badly about them, just avoided the topic. When I was planning the wedding, my grandparents and my mom asked to be invited. Not knowing the full story, I said yes. Then the dinner happened, like my brother described. Afterward, my dad was distant with me. I confronted him, and he said I should have known better than to invite them to a wedding he was helping pay for. I asked what they had done. That's when I learned from Auntie that my mom's affair was with my uncle, and their parents had known and hidden it. I truly did not know. I asked my dad why he never told me. He said cutting them off was enough. He did not want to ruin my relationship with them, too. When I asked what I should do, he hugged me and said it was my choice. At home, I confronted my mom. She blamed my dad for choosing divorce and breaking up the family. I walked away. Now I'm thinking about canceling their invitations. I honestly don't want them at my wedding anymore, but I don't know the best way to handle it. I don't want to hurt my dad again, and I don't want to lose more family either. Just 5 days later, OP came back with an update, and it said, "Hello everyone, just a quick update. I probably won't have more for a while. My half-sister came over Sunday and talked things through with Dad. She decided not to invite our extended family and to split the wedding costs with her fiancé instead, since she assumes her mom will pull her money. Dad seems a lot happier. I saw her crying and Dad hugging her, so I think they made peace. She stayed with us that weekend. At one point, her mom showed up. My parents wouldn't let her in, so my half-sister went outside to talk. It started calm but turned into yelling. Dad went out, sent my half-sister back inside, and tried to handle it while her mom kept screaming and crying. Then another car pulled up. A guy stepped out and tried to shake Dad's hand, but Dad ignored it. He looked like Dad, just shorter with longer hair, so I figured he was my uncle. He tried talking. Dad barely responded. My brothers went outside too and told me to stay in. They didn't even respond when he greeted them. Eventually, Dad came back in and they left. My brothers later confirmed it was our uncle. That night was peaceful. My half-sister's fiancé came over. We had dinner, and my mom and sisters started planning the wedding, without her mom involved. Later, though, we heard loud honking. It was my uncle and Dad's ex again. Dad told Mom to call the police. He, my brothers, and the fiancé went outside. There was shouting until the cops showed up and they finally left. For now, my half-sister is staying with us. I thought it was over. But yesterday I got a text from Dad's ex asking for help. I blocked her. She texted from another number. I could block that too, but she can always use a new one. I have no idea what she even wants from me. Counting from the post we just read, 6 months later, the half-sister has updated it to the final version. A lot of people asked for an update, so I'll keep it short. I got married a few months ago, and I'm now 6 weeks pregnant with my first child. The wedding went smoothly. My dad and his side came. My mom and grandparents were not invited, though they reached out afterwards saying they hoped I wouldn't cut them off. There's been no more drama since. My dad and auntie have been very supportive during my pregnancy and have been helping with my baby registry. I told my mom, too. She wants me to move in so she can help, but after everything, I'm keeping my distance unless I truly have no other choice. Honestly, I'm just relieved. For a while there, it felt like the half-sister was about to become the villain of her own wedding story, but she wasn't. She just didn't know the full truth. And once she did, she chose to protect her dad instead of protecting a fantasy. That says a lot about her character. I'm genuinely happy she wasn't some manipulative mastermind. She was just caught between two parents and bad history. And in the end, she made the hard choice. Everyone got a soft landing. The wedding went smoothly. The dad and daughter made peace. There's a baby on the way. The drama stopped. So, now what do you guys think? What would you do in that situation? Let me know below. All right, I just want to say thank you guys so much for being here today with Frank. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.